Hello. If you'd like to know what's on the letter, timecode's right there. But if you also want to know the last 10 years of my life, I can give you a brief summary. So pre-context, when writing this letter, I was in ROTC, basketball, softball, volleyball, video, film, and I just recently won prom queen, so I might mention something about this in the letter. Anyways, here's the last 10 years of my life. 18, don't know what to do but like to make videos. College, sad, angst, super sad, doubtful. Graduated in cinema studies to become a director. Did PA jobs, needed money and consistency, so went to video. Hot, same experience. 2020 happened, so I joined a coding bootcamp because money. Job hunted for 10 months, very sad throughout, but got a job. Super burnt out when I started and still, and I'm currently taking medical leave to try to recover. Did all of this because, oh no, I'm 28 and feel like a failure. My 18-year-old self was so sad on making something of herself and I'm scared that she's disappointed. If you'd like to know the gritty details, please keep watching. Thanks. You're scared but excited about college. You write a letter and record a video for your 28-year-old self. You're bright-eyed and majoring in psychology. You still make YouTube videos and you started making YouTube friends. You have your first everything, to be honest. Relationship, kiss, job. Everything is coming up, Ariel. But you almost failed your first semester. Psychology was not it and you don't know it yet, but you're depressed. But everything is not lost because, spoiler alert, you gained a best friend, your roommate. You meet some of your YouTube friends for the first time at VidCon. It always seems to land on your birthday. You're hopeful of a better future. U-turn. Sophomore year, you change your major to cinema studies, hoping you'd get production classes because you're having fun with YouTube and you start having these dreams of making it in film or YouTube. You even start taking acting classes and theater classes and have a bit of a dream with that also. It was fun. Unfortunately, you break up with your partner. You eventually get over it, but you really have a dream of changing the face of Hollywood now, meaning telling your story that isn't really told in Hollywood. And then you go to Playlist Live and meet some of your other YouTube friends. But soon after Playlist Live, the friendships don't really last. You're scared that it will happen to your other friend group. The Oscars have a contest and you pour your whole soul into it. You don't get it. You cry and you truck through it. The doubt starts to sink in, but that gives you the motivation to focus on getting video or film jobs for the summer. You apply to everything and again, you put your whole soul into your work. You don't get any. You have an existential crisis about this and see this as a sign that maybe it's not going to happen. You get a tattoo to keep you motivated. U-turn. You visit family for the summer on a road trip. You celebrate that they beat cancer. You leave a bit early to go to VidCon again to see your friends. And junior year happens and you move into your first ever apartment. The first day you move in, the family member you visited just 1 month ago died. You have panic attacks about anything related to death. Your goals and dreams of film keep you going even though you have doubts. You take 3 jobs to ignore these feelings. It doesn't go well. You cry and struggle to get out of bed every day. You don't create a lot this year. You put all your efforts into networking and applying to film and video jobs in New York City or LA. And then again, you get nothing. You are severely depressed and anxious and you lose interest in acting. Your best friend helps you through it though. And honestly, thinking about it now, I only remember the stress and the crying. U-turn. You go to VidCon for, spoiler alert, the last time. But hey, at least it's on your birthday again. And then after VidCon, you fly back home and pack up your apartment. But you get these hives when packing. Doctors say that all the stress from last year causes you to break out in hives and you had to stay in the ER for a bit. You start your senior year and you notice that you hated your major and you feel like you should have transferred to film school because you couldn't actually take any production classes. There was only 3 and they always filled up. And then your best friend leaves college. You're the most isolated you've ever been. You have someone living with you, but they're not there all the time. You didn't make a lot of close friends in college. You take a lot of classes your first semester so you can be done and try to get a job for the second half of the semester. You even did some theater classes. You apply again, and you don't get anything again. So you decide to go to Philippines to find connection there. It's complicated and almost as isolating, but you learn more about your grandma and you talk to her about her life story because you actually don't know much about her. Her story inspires you to keep going. And then this motivation drives you to make a short film just to prove yourself you can do it, that you didn't need film school. It's not the best, it's not the worst, I didn't have the best equipment. It was only me and another person doing everything. Thank you to the cast and crew who also helped. And after the film wraps up, you stop making videos at this point, and you also give one last go on internships. You don't get any again, but you graduate college, the first out of your family. That's something to be proud of, right? U-turn. Fresh new grad, bright-eyed, I think. You're motivated to find your first job and save up to go to film school and MFA. You meet someone romantically. Ooh. You also enter a contest where you make a video about Illinois. And you were one of the winners. You got to see Hamilton. You take this as a sign that things are going to go your way. The Gotti. It takes you 5 months, but you finally land a film job as a casting assistant on Chicago Fire and Med. It's not on set, but you know, it's a job in film. You hate it though, because it's 12 hours on the phone every day, and you have phone anxiety. You quit after 2 months because you actually got another video intern job for 3 months. While doing all these video jobs, you do music videos with friends, and hey, you shot and directed your first indie film. And you find out that you want to make your own stuff, not through a studio, so you can get full creative control. But you need money, so you focus on video, which you think is a bit more stable, I guess? Your video internship ends and they don't offer you full time. It takes you another 5 months to find a job, and you start on your birthday. You turn. You're at a kind of stable video job, some editing, but mostly PA work. Your best friend gets married and you're the maid of honor. You and your partner become closer and actually travel a lot. You both decide on places to apply to jobs to. He gets a job in New York first. You're long distance for a couple months, and when you visit him, you get a couple interviews while you're there. And this one company says that they really like you and they want to work with you and they'll be in contact. You say, fuck it, I'll move to New York City. That was not a big brain move. Because the first day you moved into New York City, they rejected you and you moved there with no savings. But you did do some contract work and you edited for the Tribeca Film Festival, which is huge. And you network all the time, and you actually found someone who would listen to you. Someone at Business Insider connects you with another person and they have a job position open for someone like me. You actually make it to the final round at Business Insider and they reject you. You've been job hunting for 6 months already. You're so grateful for your partner for supporting you through this time, but you feel so guilty and depressed for having him support you like this. You find a community of Filipino non-binary women. You actually start working on decolonization work, and this community and your partner is what keeps you going. One day you get an email from Business Insider and that they actually want to hire you. You turn. You perform your piece with your found community to raise money for a charity, and you start your video fellowship near your birthday. You create so much and you feel good, but the honeymoon stage for your video fellowship ends 3 months in. A lot of past fellows didn't get a full-time position and you panic. You're fed up and tired of bouncing around jobs and feel guilty not contributing the most with your partner financially. You learn about coding boot camps and you'll do coding for 2 years and then give video one more go. And at the end of the fellowship, surprisingly, you don't get a job. You visit family and you get into the coding bootcamp, and it's in person, as you need that in-person class environment to really learn. March 2020 happens into your first week of your coding bootcamp, and it goes online. You barely get through your coding bootcamp online, and you start to feel burnt out, and you don't want to feel guilty anymore about relying on your partner, as you're not working during the coding bootcamp. You turn. You cry on your birthday. You recorded a now deleted video that you're not proud where you are, and you wish you didn't exist. You're 1 month into job hunting during what feels like world-ending events, and you find out the interviews were tougher than you thought. You're so burnt out, you're so depressed and anxious. You create video content about your own coding projects just to get yourself out there. You almost give up and move back home because it's too much. Your partner tries to support you, but you don't want to rely on him anymore. You make art to cope and focus on building an audience again, just to feel something. After 10 months, 400 applications, 24 companies, 17 phone screens, 12 coding assessments, 9 phone technical interviews, and 2 final round interviews. You got a job as an apprentice, and you sob on the offer call. However, you don't get placed into web development, but mobile development. You need to learn a whole new subject again by yourself and online. You're severely burnt out and scared about learning something all over again from square one. You turn. You're halfway through your apprenticeship, you start to feel the pressure. You work 12 hours just so you look like you're doing the normal amount of work. You also do this because you want that offer. You can't go back to job hunting again. You're still not used to working and learning remotely, and you're regretting not taking your time learning the basics. You struggle so much, and then 1 month before the apprenticeship ends, you break down to a coworker from all the pressure. You have meetings with your manager and your mentor, and they say, stop working 12 hours. Duh. You feel seen for the first time in a corporate setting, and you take a couple of days off. And then the end of the apprenticeship comes, and you get an offer. You have a bit of dread, but mostly relief, because you are, again, so burnt out. You work 10 hours a day, and then you slowly go to 8. You take a week off to see your family for the first time since 2019. The new year of 2022 hits, and you start to work on a new project with a team. But you've learned your lesson, and you still work 8 hours a day here and there because you got more support this time. But you have imposter syndrome, and you don't ask for help and cry a lot. But hey, you're debt free. U-turn. It's your golden birthday. You're still extremely burnt out, but you're motivated to save up to give video one last shot. You also start to travel again and see your family and partner's family a lot more. Fortunately, you get COVID and you have brain fog for a little bit. Even still today, you still think it messed you up because you're not sure if it's burnout or COVID. But you do something about the physical part. You go to PT. And then the beginning of 2023, you feel like you haven't done anything with your life. And you know that you have to read this letter soon. So you decide to do this video about the letter. Reflect on what you've done. And even then, you're not sure that your younger self would be proud of you. You remember that she was so hung up of making something of herself in video or film or just as an artist. And then as for work, the burnout is really bad. But you stop caring about that for a bit because your grandma died. I'll keep this brief, but she helped raise you and gave you a sense of connection to other Filipino Americans. You were able to find community just by having her being your grandma. I don't know if she even heard me. You were able to say goodbye, and that's all you can ask for. You start to feel how you did in your junior year of college. You take medical leave from work, and to cope with all this existential dread, you planned this video. You turn 28, and you're still scared to read this letter. Hello. Hi, just quick everything change because I'm filming this a couple weeks later. Anyways, if you're here for one thing, I'm regretting making this letter or reading this letter. But anyways, let's get to it. So at the front I wrote something. It says, only Ariel can open in 10 years, or in an emergency, you'll know when. Just try to wait 10 years, smiley face. And then I wrote, YouTube if money were no object. All right, let's break this down. Everything else is pretty much said except for the in an emergency or you'll know when. I was a very dramatic kid. I'm still a dramatic person. I did know what life is going to be like and how hard it's going to be in this, like, whatever I do. Like, I knew that life was going to fuck me up, and it did. And then the YouTube if money were no object. Now that is a video by Alan Watts. Well, not a video, but you know, he was a philosopher. Literally, if money were no object. If I can have all the necessities of like living wages and stuff, I wouldn't just like do nothing. I'd be doing this. Unfortunately, you had to just change, and that's what I'm really scared about. So when I'm like, I'm scared to read this letter. Okay, fuck it. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's 2 pages. My heart's racing. Okay. Oh, I wrote this in July. It says July 12, 2013, 2:07 p.m. Why didn't I write this on the letter? Should I not read it? I'm gonna read it. I already opened it. Anyways, hey there, future self. I've seen a lot has changed. I wonder what you're doing. Hopefully it's something that brings you joy to us. Right now it's July 12th, 2013, 2:07 p.m. I am a confused 18-year-old. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Do we figure it out? If not, it's okay. You're so gracious. I'd rather keep searching instead of doing stuff I hate. If you are doing something that you dislike, stop it. I want to do something that I enjoy. If you hate your job, quit. We always wanted to live a life where we didn't hate where we worked or how we lived it. Remember that list you made? The list that had all the things you wanted to do before you pass away. Holy shit. How much did you get done already? I don't remember this list. I'm gonna stop right there and we're gonna focus on this first paragraph, I guess. I wish I can tell you that I can just quit. Also, there's a recession, there's a bunch of layoffs. You probably are gonna get laid off. Who knows what the future lies. Right now you're on medical leave because you're so burnt out. And am I gonna listen to my 18-year-old self and be like, huh, quit? No, I'm not gonna do that. I need money. I need health insurance. That's another thing. When you were 18, you didn't realize that your job is tied to your health insurance. You can get like, you know, Medicare and everything. It's not enough. Like you're gonna pay a shit ton of money. And yeah, I don't remember the list. I am doing this channel, which is Ideas Before Bed, but this only started in 2019. I don't remember what list. Why didn't you put it in here? All right, let's continue. I don't know if you remember about how much of your family wanted you to get a job that makes money, even though you hated it. I still remember Dad saying that 90% of people hate their job. I'm still not listening to the family. Are you? My family wanted me to become a nurse because it's a thing that's just in our community that just like everyone's a nurse or in the medical field. And I chose film and video. I definitely graduated with media and cinema studies. I did not graduate with computer science or any STEM anything. Now that I'm in tech, your family has never been prouder. Even when you were in film and video jobs, they were just like, oh, that's good. Pat, pat. I thought I knew a lot. I did not remember. Here's the next part. We all go through troubled times, and if you're reading this because it was an emergency, then hey, you're okay, you'll be fine, just breathe. Then I wrote YouTube Ze Frank, Life in Jelly Beans. And then I wrote Lollipop Moment, This is Just Water. Have you called your parents recently? Visit your grandparents, just do it. Visit family, it makes me feel better. It's still really hard to go back home and not visit my grandmother, not seeing her. I do have another grandmother, the one in Philippines I mentioned in the video, but she's in Philippines and I'm still not over it. I thought I was. I haven't really thought about my grandmother in the last couple weeks, but editing this video has made me remind myself about her. Okay. Also, how about your lover? Remember, don't settle for less. Your dream guy was Tom, but Zach, Benedict, and Henry are awesome too. I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna switch from crying to laughing, but that was really funny, because I had a thing for Tom Hiddleston and Henry Cavill, Benedict Cumberbatch. I was like, Hulock, and I think, yeah, no, Man of Steel just recently came out. Alright, let's move on. We got like another page, and I feel like this is going a long time. If you're happy, then I'm happy. To be honest, I'm scared right now. Most of my friends know what they're doing with their life, but I don't even know what I want to do tomorrow. I know I said earlier that it's okay, but right now it's not for me. But I keep telling myself that it's okay because it's really going to be okay. I can be confident and scared at the same time, right? Anyways, let's go back to a lighter note. All right, let's let's pause right there. I still have anxiety, and it's really coming out in this letter that I had anxiety back then, and I'm still scared, and I still don't know what I'm doing. And I feel like that's your 20s. Everyone has said that's your 20s. Are you still doing YouTube videos, or did you stop? It's fine either way. I really want to know what career I'm in. Remember, you wanted to be a famous YouTuber, then it changed to the Marine Corps. Then the confusion of choosing between an actress or a filmmaker. Ha, good times. And I wrote FBI Explorer Program. The reason why I wanted to go into Marine Corps is because I was in ROTC. And then I was interested in like going to Marine Corps to the FBI program because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be an actress or a filmmaker. Like, I was into everything and I didn't know where to start. And I still don't know where to start. I really don't know what else to write about. Maybe you feel alone right now. Don't feel like that. Your sister, your mom, your dad, your little siblings, your family, like Master Sergeant. Oh man, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. Talk to them because you're never truly alone. All I have left to say is that do things that will make you happy. You're the pilot of your own life. If you do something that you hate for the rest of your life, stop. Get some help. No. Only do things that will benefit you and people around you, if you want. Keep fighting. You're a tough cookie. All right, I think I've talked enough. If you open this, make another letter to yourself. Keep this going. Your past self, Ariel DeMonte, 18 years old. P.S. Write the time and date of when you open the letter, and when you write another, put the time and date too. Yeah, I'm gonna put the time and date on front of the letter. Okay, and that's it. What do I have to say? 18 to your 18-year-old self, or if you're 18 watching this, one, it's definitely changed from when I was 18 to like 18-year-olds now, so I don't know how much this is going to actually help. Have some grace for yourself. It's tough. It's just tough. Life's tough. Lasting note, do I think my 18-year-old self thinks I'm a failure right now? No, I don't think so. From what I read from the letter. I remember being so gun-ho about being film and video and doing all this like creative stuff. Like, I thought I was gonna be on top or whatever, but honestly, from reading that, it sounded like I was anxious about everything, and I was anxious about life. I don't know. It seems like she was trying to be caring, like she knew that life was going to be super hard and wanted to know that it's okay, that even if 10 years down the line that I don't know what I'm still doing, it's okay. It's like I'm trying to like comfort myself. Yeah, I think my 18-year-old self just wanted to give myself some grace and knew that life was completely random and you can only control what you can control, and which I'm still learning today. I didn't really care. I was considered a failure in my family's eyes, but like I didn't want to be a failure in my own eyes, and knowing that I'm not is a huge relief. Oh man, that was rough. Also, lastly, before I go, leave a comment or whatever. Should I react to the video when I was 18? I recorded a video asking some random questions. Anyways, hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.